Yo, what's up, world? It's your buddy Philko here, reporting live from your mama's house. Doing my things I usually do. Wearing my glasses today because I gotta go pick up my contacts later. I forgot to get them. Yes, well, I didn't forget, I'm just too lazy, but I have to go get them today. And today I'm going to talk about my emotional ass. Well, one guy's a friend, one guy's kind of a YouTube friend. You guys know Kent already. But some of you don't know Talha. But some of my most loyal subscribers had a long ass live chat with me and Talha. This live chat lasted maybe 3.5 hours. And basically, Talha is a guy who lived here, and he lived in my city. He met a girl that I know on my VK page, which is a Russian Facebook page, and he immediately fell in love with her on the internet. And at least from what it looked like at the time, she really liked him. So long story short, he ends up leaving this city, going to her city, and meeting her, and things didn't work out at all. He ends up coming back here to this city much sooner than planned, and he was just depressed as hell, just extremely depressed. They block each other. I remember this example, like they do a lot of childish things together, like they'll say don't talk to me anymore or something like that. Then they'll block each other on WhatsApp or whatever. And this is when I just couldn't help but to laugh. But there was one point where they both blocked each other on WhatsApp. So then they started messaging me to send the message to the other person. So I'm like, what the fuck? You know, so that's the kind of thing they're on. You know, they're both like in their mid-20s, but they both, you know, their relationship, they kind of act like teenagers or whatever. But seriously, Talha was really depressed to the point where he wanted to go back to his country, which he did. He went back to his country. He's back in Pakistan right now. And he sent me this message yesterday. And I want to read this message, and I think the girl who was involved with it will definitely be watching this video. And if it means anything to her, I don't know. I'm just going to read the message anyway. But I'm not reading it because she's watching. I'm reading it because he sent it to me, and this is like real shit. You know, like I'm not making any of this up. You can screenshot whatever if you want. So I'm going to read it. This is from Talha. It says, "Hey Phil, how are you? I'm sure you're doing great. Most probably this is my last message to you. I have been trying to be positive all the time, but it couldn't help me. I try my best to do things as she want me to, but in the end, I am the one who is guilty, always. And I think the problem is really in me and my behavior and my stupid life. I try my best to do things that can run our relationship, but still she brings things to make me feel down all the way, and I don't understand people in this world. I think I don't belong in this world. I close my WhatsApp, VK, and every social network. I keep myself inside room, and I found this place is where people cannot help me or some shit. Distress it." I guess he was crying when he wrote this because some things make no sense. But anyway, also I am sick with the flu and I've been coughing for one day. I try my best to do things for her and still trying. I am not giving up on her, but all the fear in my life is that losing her. And she makes me feel insecure about her, always with new strategies. I don't know. It's true, I am a pussy, not a man, but all I am great to get in her life and things to do to get her what she wants. I'm not gonna die for sure, but what brings tomorrow, no one knows exactly. I will keep in touch, but I think I can't make my life so far, but maybe 90% I will come back to Russia again, or who knows. If you're going to make video about this, it's fine. I have requests. Don't mention my name, please. Oh, shit. Anyway, thank you so much for everything you did for me. I will try to be again with you guys, but first I need to fight against my wills, my ways, but I am guilty. I made mistake. This is my punishment, I think, so that is why I am not in peace. I betrayed her on that Monday night. I am stupid as hell. I am stupid. She is somehow right about it. I don't know, but my intention was not that way. I am doing things to get her, and she knows it, but she all the time brings that disturbing life routine, and it affects my schedule. Bye. I'm going to close that profile too. And I tried to respond with, just don't kill yourself without giving me your stuff in your will. No, I didn't say the without giving me your stuff in the will. I just put the don't kill yourself. And the message didn't send. That means he closed his page down. So then I tried to write him on another page, didn't work. And then I went to his Instagram, and this is what it shows. I know he doesn't want me to mention his name and stuff, but okay, he changed it. Because before it said, life after death is very dark. But now it says, he was here. And it has like everything kind of deleted and stuff, except for one picture of just darkness. So I don't think he's suicidal. I don't think he's suicidal or something. No, see, it says, life after death be like dark. Life after death be like dark. And it's interesting how I'm going through this with my homie at the same time I'm kind of trying to talk to Kent. Now, just in case you guys don't know, me and Kent, we have a rapport. You know, we message each other once in a while. So don't think I'm just making videos. That's how we're communicating. I wouldn't do that. You know, if he isn't going to like actually speak to me like through messages or something in private, I wouldn't keep making those videos. He's aware that I'm making videos about him and whatnot. And I'm going to help him. I told him, give me a year. I'm going to help him. I just got to keep him from doing crazy stuff. Now, what's interesting is before Talha disappeared, Kent and Talha were communicating. I'm not sure how that went, but Kent and Talha were communicating. They were both communicating. And I'm not sure exactly what was spoken about. I might ask Kent about it, but they were communicating. You know, and it's just interesting how I like people like Kent. I like people like Talha. And the reason why I like people like this is because I know I can help them. I know I can make their lives better. I know I can. So usually I choose to hang out with the people in which I can improve their lifestyle rather than hanging out with guys who can improve my lifestyle. Now, when it comes to just hanging out, partying and stuff, I tend to hang out with the guys I think I can help. But when it comes to business and stuff like that, I kind of stick around the people who can help me when it comes to business. Or we can help each other. You understand? So if I'm around someone who has a crappy ass business and it's not going anywhere and that person's not determined, I'm not going to help them and I'm going to stay away from them. You know what I mean? And if they have a successful business, unless they can help me out in some way, be like them, I'm not going to be around them. You know, if they're just going to have a business and there's nothing I can learn, they're not teaching me anything about the game, nothing, I'm not going to be around them. So when it comes to friendship, I don't need anything from you. Just don't be a bitch ass liar. I don't like liars. Just be honest. But I don't need anything from you. You get everything in the world from me. I'll just hang out with you. That's all I need. Let's laugh sometimes. And that's it. I will give you everything I can give you that's not uncomfortable for me. When it comes to like business and stuff, if we're not going to help each other, I don't want to mess with you. You know, even if you're a big time businessman, I'm sure I can help you with some ideas. And if you're a big time businessman, I'm sure you can help me out with something. Maybe hooking me up with one of your firms or anything of that nature. You know what I mean? So, but what's most important is the friendship thing. When it comes to friendship, I like to help. That's why I typically hang around people who people may think like, oh, they only hang around you because you got girls around and stuff. And I always say, even if that's true, you know, it doesn't matter to me because if I'm making that person happy, this person makes me laugh, I have memories with this person, you know, I don't care. I'm not so picky on why people hang around me. I just like honesty. So I don't need someone to be straightforward with me. I just like honesty. There's a difference between being straightforward and honest. When I ask something, I don't expect a bitch ass answer. I want the real answer, whether it's nice or not. Being straightforward, like come out of nowhere and say, hey, you know I hang out with you because of girls, right? I don't need to hear that because I didn't ask. If I thought it was something important, I would have asked. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. Just, I have a lot of emotional people, you know, in my corner. I had an emotional best friend in New York. He was like this for many years, threatening to kill himself, crying and shit on camera. I told him to make a YouTube channel years ago, but he never did it. But he was just like Kent, you know. And the saddest thing about the Talha story I didn't mention was that was the only girl he's ever had in his life, just to add to it. So, yeah, man. I guess I'm also making this video because some of Talha's family members watch my videos, and I think they need to go talk to this dude before he does something stupid. And they need to awaken the logic in this man. They need to awaken the logic in this man. He allowed this situation with this girl to disturb his schooling because he's in the university going for his master's. Now that's disrupted and shit. And all this stuff for a girl who lives in a different city, who's not even in this city. And then he goes home and he writes me being home isn't even helping him. So what the... See, I just made a video about that for Kent. Saying emotional people do irrational things. And that's the problem with them being emotional. Not that they have emotions, is that they don't know how to react to it. And that's why I call them emotional people. And this dude just made a humongous emotional ass mistake. For no reason. And it betters his situation in no way possible. Not even his feelings. It doesn't help him at all. His feelings still suck. His situation is even worse. He just took a bad situation and made it worse because of his emotions. And that's what I'm talking about. People, I don't know, man. I got dry ass lips, but seriously, this shit is just killing me. Like, I wish I knew how to teach people how to separate their emotions from their actions. It's hard. I mean, I'm aware it's hard. And I know emotions are real. I know this stuff. And I'm aware it's hard, but just, it's very important to do that. It's very important to separate your emotions from your actions. You know, when it's not beneficial. You know, you have to learn to do that as a man. It's extremely important. Women, that's something else. But for men, you gotta learn to do that. You gotta learn. It sucks. You know what I mean? It sucks, but you gotta learn. So that's basically all I gotta say, man. Crazy stuff going on. When he comes back to social media, I'll let you guys know. But crazy world. And I'm out, people. Later.